If God was an illegal immigrant, would we deport him too? That's the question that's been making headlines after Texas governor's recent offhand remark. But let's set the politics aside for a minute and talk facts, straight up facts, about the Texas floods. In July 2024, record-breaking storms slammed into southeast Texas. Some areas around Houston saw more than 25 inches of rain in just 10 days. To put that into perspective, that's almost half the annual rainfall for this region in less than 2 weeks. Rivers like the Trinity and San Jacinto swelled, reaching their highest levels in over 80 years. Neighborhoods that had never flooded before were suddenly underwater. Now, here's the kicker. Almost 50,000 homes were damaged or destroyed. Over 600 water rescues happened in just one weekend. Officials reported at least 17 flood-related deaths, and dozens more were missing at one point. Insurance claims soared past $2 billion, and small towns like Liberty and Shepherd were basically cut off from the rest of the world for days. But here's a question for policymakers. Why does this keep happening? Sure, nature's wild, but Texas has been slow to update flood maps, and nearly 1 in 5 homes hit this time were outside official flood zones, meaning no insurance, no warning, just water. And while politicians debate who should build the next ark, federal disaster funds are still tied up in red tape. Let's fact-check the Ark of Noah joke. If Texas had started the world's largest flood protection project back in 2001, after Tropical Storm Allison, experts say Houston would have saved at least $10 billion in damages since then. But so far, the state's Ike Dike, a massive coastal barrier, remains mostly on the drawing board. By the numbers, Texas spends about $40 million a year on flood control. Compare that to the $9.7 billion spent cleaning up after Hurricane Harvey in 2017. Prevention is a bargain. So what's the takeaway? Floods aren't just acts of God, they're tests of planning, policy, and priorities. If Texas wants to stop blaming itself and stop making headlines for all the wrong reasons, it's time for bold leadership, honest investment, and the political will to build more than just punchlines. Because when the next storm comes, and it will, jokes and finger-pointing won't save a single home. But smart, fact-based policy just might.